Hey, beautiful Cancer. Welcome to your Tarot and Oracle reading for October 2025. We're going to do a life path, what is coming for you, what you're going to experience this month, and we'll look at the challenges and the blessings. We'll get some advice from Spirit, and then we'll pull some Oracle cards, okay? Now, before we get into your reading, just a few reminders. This reading is for your sun, moon, and rising sign. Some months you'll resonate more with one than the other. I usually resonate with my rising sign, but some months my sun sign or my moon sign really speak to me, so I recommend you watch all three for a full picture. And while I say this reading is for October 2025, timing is divine, and so are you. So if you do find this outside of time, there's probably a message in here for you, and I encourage you to watch. Now, I'm trying to grow my channel, so I appreciate if you get value here to like and subscribe. That'll help others find my videos as well. I'm using the Trick or Treat Tarot because it is October, and I will use some Halloween and Samhain themed oracle decks as well. Those will be in the description below. I've cleared your space. And now let's get into the reading. So God, Spirit, Universe, please bring truth, wisdom, and understanding to this reading for the Cancer family and help Cancer find their highest and most blessed timeline. Thank you, Spirit. All right. So Cancer, I want to mention also that this month, October, we're starting on the 6th with a full moon in Aries. So that puts it in your 4th house of like home, family, roots, your early childhood. And a full moon brings culmination. It puts a spotlight on things. It brings endings, fruition in some ways. So for a lot of you, you're going to see this month, there's going to be a focus on like emotional endings tied to your childhood in some way, and this could be like also moving or shifting homes, preparing to shift homes, or your living situation, but also like karmic closure or healing that may have to do with your early childhood as well. Okay, so we'll see if the cards say anything about that, but I just want to point that out because it's a really intense month with really intense energy, All right, so you start the month with, you start the month with Emperor and Empress, okay? The Emperor, of course, is the ultimate divine masculine, and the Empress is the ultimate divine feminine. So for some of you, this has a lot to do with relationships. This has a lot to do with partnership even. But also, it has to do with being in alignment with yourself, with your own divine masculine and feminine, the part of you that goes after something and makes something happen, and the part of you that sits back and passively allows it to unfold. You need both of those. You need to plant the seed, and then you need to allow the seed to come to fruition. So heavy, like having those both come here at the same time. The Emperor is taking control of your life too, This could have to do, when I talked about early childhood, this could have something to do with your mom and dad too, We don't know. We'll see what other cards we look at. But the Emperor is like putting up boundaries and barriers, protecting your space. Could be, protecting your home space as well. It could be putting up boundaries around your emotional self. And then the Empress is mothering something into being. The Empress is pregnant with possibilities, and she's got her candy here in her pouch. This is bringing something to life. So this is like manifestation energy, with those two energies put together. This is like, as your seed grows, it's protected and shielded, and fed. So this is real powerful energy. And then you have the Ace of Swords. So this could be like a revelation, truth, downloads, information that bring, and also the start of a new way of thinking or the start of a course. This could have to do with opening your mind to new information and exposing yourself to something new as well, or hearing something for the first time. And then you have the Strength and the Moon. This is a powerful reading for you, Cancer. So the Moon is your card, right? This is you, Cancer. And you have the Strength. So the Strength and the Moon are kind of opposite energies, very much like the Emperor and the Empress, right? They're very complementary, but they're very opposite. Let me explain. With the Strength card, in the traditional Rider-Waite version, you will see a girl like taming a lion, right? So that's you literally taming the wild side of yourself, yeah? And in the Moon card, in the traditional Rider-Waite, you'll see a wolf howling with a domesticated dog, and that is teaching a dog how to howl at the moon. So that is bringing out your wild side. So here you have taming your wild side and bringing out your wild side. Now there's a lot more to these cards, and we'll talk about them. You know, I feel like you have a lot in these messages, but I just want to, I can't say I've ever seen that before, where you literally get divine counterparts and then you get literally the inverse meaning of two major arcana cards. Your first 5 cards, your whole path, except for the Ace of Swords, are major arcana, which says that this month is extremely consequential for you, Cancer. So buckle up, Buttercup, because this is going to be a very, very interesting month for you. Okay. And there is a lot of internal work happening here. This is you processing things internally, becoming something different as you manifest outwardly. You know, it's not what you get, it's who you become in the process. This is you like finding balance, firing up your divine masculine and feminine together, your wild and self-controlled self, your white horse and your black horse of the chariot, you know, so that you can move forward on another level, so you can graduate or ascend. You know, this is major precursor to ascension, you know. So with the Strength card also, this is like tapping into spirit, listening to spirit, and recognizing your own divinity. You know, you are able to tame the lion because the lion is subject to divinity, to spirit. And you are a seed of spirit. You are a part of spirit. And spirit is a part of you, right? So this is recognizing that and dignifying that, you know, becoming not just more spiritual, but more dignified. And recognizing that you are divinity. So how would you treat divinity if divinity showed up on your doorstep? You know, that's what you will expect from others. You know, you won't put up with disrespect as much anymore. You won't lower yourself to other people's standards anymore. You know, you will step up on a new level because you recognize that you're capable of that now somehow. You know, with the Ace of Swords, you see that now. You see yourself now. You know, you see yourself. I love that. And with the Moon, you know, the Moon card, and, you know, I just want to point out, this white dog has black spots and this black dog has white spots, right? So it's like yin yang. Both have a little bit the seed of the other in them. And that's you recognizing that too. You know, you seeing yourself clearly, you seeing others clearly, because it's a full moon, right? It brings things to light. You have the Ace of Swords there. This is enlightenment, you know. So a cycle ending also. Full moon energy is a cycle ending. Things unfurling quickly because the moon goes quickly. Goes all the way around the whole zodiac every month, right? So this is like fast energy on unfurling for you. And also like real emotional, like super emotional. And I know you understand that, Cancer, but you know, it's emotional healing, you know, emotional strength, emotional maturity, emotional, the outcropping of that Ace of Swords and the strength card in your emotional body, your emotional guidance system being upgraded for some of you, you know. And your challenge, you have 5 of Wands and 9 of Swords. So the 5 of Wands is like conflict and competition, and 9 of Swords is like worries and fears, you know. And the 5 of Wands can also be like drama and trauma, right? And the 9 of Swords is what keeps you up at night. It's not living in the present, it's living in the future where dread and fear dominate, or living in the past where regret or resentment dominate, you know. So it's a challenge for you to remove yourself from the drama, from the many thoughts that plague you. When you can do that, when you can forgive yourself or others, or when you can just take a beat and breathe, you know, take 10 deep breaths and just find your center and breathe, then you can stand in the midst of the flurry of the 5 of Wands all around you. You can stay centered and it won't phase you, it won't affect you, and then you will overcome your competition as well. You will be victorious in the conflict as well. Okay, so as challenges, I mean, I can see these being challenges, and I mean, I'd say we all deal with these at one time or another. And really, I mean, this is all just like you are allowing these things in. All you have to do is recognize that these aren't true, that this isn't real, that doesn't truly affect you. Remember, you're a divine creature, right? You are divinity. So what really does affect divinity, right? And your blessings are the Chariot. I love this. And the 8 of Swords. So the Chariot is ascension. It is like, it's absolutely graduating outside of an old energy and going into a whole new higher energy. And the 8 of Swords is freeing yourself from self-imposed limitations. You know, in the 8 of Swords, like we're fearful. Like we're fearful, and we may have imposter syndrome. And we may lie to ourselves about who we are, that kind of thing, right? But in your blessing, this is seeing clearly who you are, being free. And both of these characters have blue hats on. I feel like there is throat chakra clearing, throat chakra energy, throat chakra connecting to crown chakra. So it's like communicating spiritual truths, communicating or putting out there things that align you to spirit, or that align all of us to spirit, speaking spiritual truths, or authentically aligned truths. You know, literally saying your words is going to bring throat chakra healing for a lot of you beautiful Cancers. You know, the Chariot also is like gaining momentum. Momentum is coming for you. It's going to catapult you forward. And again, it's so interesting. You know, you have the dark and the light here. There's such balanced energy in your cards. You know, there is such balanced energy. It's almost like you find yourself at the tip of the sword. The tip of the sword. Perfect equilibrium. And this is just a moment in time. I mean, this is rare for you to have such balanced energy. And that is what frees you on this level. On this level where you used to look in the mirror and see someone different. You know, I really get that energy of like, now you know who you really are, you know? It's crazy. Like now you can see, you know, you're surrounded by stars, you know, you have these lights, like you can see these swords that you thought you were surrounded with are actually stars. You know, it's like you're busting out of the matrix. Okay. And then your advice cards, Page of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, 8 of Wands. So this is good. You have 3 8s in your reading. I love this. You have the 8 of Wands, the 8 of Swords, and the Strength card, which is the 8 of the major arcana, right? And you won't believe this. The angel number for 8 is balance. Perfect equilibrium and balance. It's also abundance and material wealth too. But with balance, like everything is falling into place and is as it should be. Yeah. So Page of Pentacles is this is time to get started. You're ready. You may not feel like you're ready. It may not look like you're ready on the outside, but that thing that you wanted to start that you thought you weren't ready for, it's time. This is the perfect time. You won't be more ready than this. You can learn more. You can prepare more. It's not going to make it better for you. You're just going to waste time at that point. And then the Queen of Cups, go after your heart's true desire. Only bring into your life or even acknowledge what aligns with you emotionally. You know, the Queen of Wands on the Waite Smith tarot, she's just holding her trophy like this and looking at it like she doesn't care about anything else but the cup in front of her. And that's because that's her emotional guidance system. And so if she hangs around another person and they don't make her feel good, she stops hanging around with them. If she goes someplace and she leaves feeling drained, she doesn't go there anymore. Like she trusts her instincts and her energy. And that is Strength and Moon as well. That's instinct and intuition, both instinct and intuition, right? So trust your instinct and intuition. It is lit right now, absolutely. And 8 of Wands, go time. Like, don't let anything slow you down. Don't let anything stop you. You know, you have the Chariot, which is gaining momentum. This is a blessing. Go with the momentum. With the 8 of Wands, if you go with the momentum and you don't slow down because someone told you to, or slow down because you think you should, or double checking, you know, oh, I want to make sure I'm ready again, you know, that kind of thing with the Page of Pentacles. If you allow the momentum to carry you, it's going to bring you your harvest a lot faster. It's going to catapult you much further into your future than waiting or slowing down. Okay. All right, what else do we have for beautiful Cancer? Scrying, the Witch, and the Mummy. So scrying, intuition. You can see clearly now. You can feel the truth. All right? So trust that intuition. The Witch, the earthly weaver of the worlds. You are so deeply empowered right now. And I feel like that empowerment comes from your balance, from your centeredness right now. This is a very powerful place to be. And then Mummy, change. And this change comes from your ascension, from your graduation. You know, this change comes from moving forward onto another level. But also the Mummy, look at this, the 8 of Swords, also the Mummy, right? So this highlights that message of the 8 of Swords. Free yourself, right? Take the bandage off and see yourself clearly. Unmask yourself in some way. You know, unmask yourself in some way. With those blue hats, I really feel like say your words, say your authentic truth. Put yourself out there in a way that maybe you were afraid to do before. And then you have the underworld. Hand over your known. A shift is near. Take a leap. Your journey is clear. Whoa. And you have the Norns of destiny here. You have the Fates, the triple goddess Hecate, destiny. So the underworld, you know, this is like, it can be scary. It can be scary to take the bandages off. It can be scary to speak your truth, you know, but I mean, this is the perfect platform and the perfect place to catapult yourself in this center, this balance, this perfect alignment that you have right now. All right. So that is very, very special for you, beautiful Cancer. I'm excited to see what this means. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being you. And I'll see you next time. Peace.